Hey student, watch this video if you want to learn 3 idioms with numbers in English. Coming up. Hey friends, Teacher Prix here to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me on another lesson. If it's your first time here, hey, thank you. I hope you enjoy the lessons and I hope you subscribe. And why? From Monday to Friday, I post English lessons for all kinds of lessons, reading, listening, grammar, vocabulary, reading tips, generally speaking tips, study tips, all kinds of lessons so that you can become a better and more confident English speaker. So, hey, consider subscribing. Very well, my friends, let's get down to business. Today I'm going to be showing you some idioms with numbers, okay? And there are many idioms with numbers. So if you are interested in learning more idioms with numbers, smash that like button. I know I always ask you guys to hit the like button because that really helps me get an idea of what lessons you enjoy. I can do part 2 of idioms with numbers if you are interested, so make sure to let me know by hitting the like button. Anyways, my friends, let's get started. The first idiom that I'm going to show you is that makes 2 of us, okay? Usually you are going to say this to someone. You are in a conversation, someone will say something, and then bang, you use this idiom. And what does that makes the 2 of us, or that makes 2 of us? What's the meaning of this idiom? Well, you are going to use this expression to show someone in a conversation that you are in the same situation. And let me tell you, most of the time it's a negative situation. It can be a good situation. I'm gonna give you some examples, but in general it's a negative situation or an unpleasant situation, or maybe you want to show the person that you have the same feeling, you are living the same situation, you are going through the same situation. Also mostly negative, but I'm gonna show you that it's possible to use this idiom with positive ideas too, okay? Let me give you an example. Well, actually, I'm gonna give you 2 examples. So here I have a conversation. It's better if I show you a conversation style. So Peter is talking to James, and then Peter says, I have no idea what's going on. Go on, what's going on? I don't know. I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what's happening. What's going on? So Peter looks at James and says, I have no idea what's going on. Then James can use this expression and say, that makes 2 of us. Haha! This means that James doesn't know either. He is in the same situation. He has no idea what's going on. So instead of saying, me neither, haha, I showed you a lesson about either and neither yesterday. Have you checked it out yet? No? Maybe? Yes? Maybe later? I hope you do. But instead of saying that, yeah, man, me too. Oh, that's terrible. I have no idea either. Well, you can say that makes 2 of us. Okay? You are living the same situation. You agree with this statement because it is true for you as well. So that's the idea of that makes 2 of us. Okay? James doesn't know either. He is in the same situation. And in this case, it's not that it's negative, it's just that he doesn't know, okay? Excellent. Very nice. Another example. Now it's Peter talking to Alice. So Peter is talking about traveling the world, going to different places, different cities. Imagine that. Peter, a guy, talking to Alice, Alice, a girl, and then they're talking about cities, about traveling the world, and then Peter looks at Alice and says, I would love to live in the US. Alice? I would love to live in the US. Then Alice looks at Peter and says, Peter, that makes 2 of us. So basically, Alice wants to live in the US too. She shares the same opinion. She shares the same dream. Maybe she wants to live in the United States too. So let me know here. Does that sound true for you too? Do you want to live in the United States or do you want to live abroad someday? Let me know. I don't know if I would like to live in the United States, maybe somewhere in Europe, not sure, but it has to be near water or near the mountains, somewhere beautiful, okay? Where should Teacher Prix live? Let me know here in the comments. Where do you think I should go? Oh, I don't know. Hey friends, by the way, consider subscribing. I noticed that from the reports that I get from YouTube that more than 50% of people who watch my lessons, who like my lessons, who share my lessons are not subscribed. So consider subscribing, check your subscription, because when you are subscribed to my channel, you get all the updates, anything that I announce, any information. You also you support the channel by helping the channel grow, and you will never miss any of my daily lessons and updates. Okay, so make sure to subscribe. Anyways, moving on. The next expression, I love this idiom, it's really cool. 9 to 5. Attitude or mentality. Now, disclaimer, okay? Basically, there are two possible translations of 9 to 5, okay? 9 to 5 can mean the typical job in an office, okay? In a company, in a factory, where you start at 9 and finish at 5. This is the basic translation of 9 to 5, not attitude, not mentality, just 9 to 5, okay? So basically, that's what it means. A typical job where you start at 9 and finish at 5. Now, I am including the words attitude and mentality, which are very common, because then that will mean that there are two dogs barking. Maybe more. No, that's not what it means. Basically, that means that if you say that someone has a 9 to 5 attitude or a 9 to 5 mentality, it's a negative idea, okay? Basically, if you say that someone has a 9 to 5 mentality or attitude, it means that they never do more than they are required. They never make an additional effort. They always do what they have to do. Okay, they always do the minimal effort. They don't go any further. They are not proactive. They just stay there doing the basic, just doing what they have to do, just following orders, not going any further. They don't have that proactive mentality of doing more than is required, okay, going beyond what you are supposed to do. So that's the idea of 9 to 5 attitude or mentality. If you use with 9 to 5 with attitude or mentality, if you just say that if you just use 9 to 5, that basically means a job where you start at 9 and typically finish at 5 p.m. But that's my idea here. It's a very common idiom. People use this a lot, especially in conversations, okay? Examples. Hey, with your 9 to 5 mentality, you will never get a promotion. So maybe you are talking to a friend who really wants to be promoted, but he has this 9 to 5 mentality. And what is a 9 to 5 mentality? You just go, you clock in, you do your job, you do what has to be done, and when it's 5, my friend, you clock out, you go. Off you go, you leave the work without being, more proactive or going beyond your responsibilities. You just do what you have to do, You just do what you're supposed to do. So that's the 9 to 5 mentality. Now, the next example. Hey, don't expect to get any extra help from James. He's got that annoying 9 to 5 attitude. So here maybe I need help, so I decided to ask James for help. But then my other colleague at work told me, hey, forget James, don't ask for James's help because he's got that annoying, that irritating 9 to 5 attitude. And what is this annoying, irritating 9 to 5 attitude? You know, he just does what he's supposed to do. He never does anything extra. He never goes the extra mile. This is a very popular expression. He never goes the extra mile. What is to go the extra mile? To do something extra, okay? To do a little more. That means to go the another expression today, huh? To go the extra mile. So if you go the extra mile, you are doing a little bit more than you are supposed to do, more than people expect you to do. And that's very important in the business market, and not just the business market, guys, but with everything you do in your life, you have to go the extra mile, okay? Because if you maintain the 9 to 5 attitude in your life, you are not gonna make progress. You are not gonna get the job of your dreams. You're not gonna get the fluency you want in your English, because you have to go the extra mile. So that's the idea here. Maybe someone is talking about James and they say, hey, don't trust James. Don't ask for his extra help, because he won't help you. He's got that 9 to 5 attitude, that 9 to 5 mentality. So he's not really going to help you, okay? That's very sad, but that's what he does. Do you know anybody who has a 9 to 5 mentality? Let me know here if you're participating in the chat. Do you know anyone who has a 9 to 5 mentality? Let me know here in the chat. Unfortunately, I do. And it's really annoying. It's not very nice when people have a 9 to 5 mentality. It's really sad. Anyways, moving on. Put 2 and 2 together. Haha. This is a nice expression, a nice idiom. I really like it. Basically, put 2 and 2 together means that you get an obvious conclusion from something that is evident. So basically, you determine something from the information that you have, okay? Especially information that is very obvious or easy to guess, easy to conclude. So you figure out, you understand something based on very obvious information that you have. You make a very obvious conclusion because of information that you have. But I'm going to show you an example. This is the kind of idiom that is not such a good idea to think of the words and translate the words, because you are not going to understand if you focus on the translation. This is the kind of idiom that you have to understand by studying situations. Okay, because then it gets easier for you to really grasp the idea of this idiom and start including this idiom in your conversations and when you're chatting with your friends in English, because that's how you learn idioms, that's how you learn vocabulary, that's how you learn phrasal verbs, by gradually including these vocabulary words, these expressions, these idioms in real life conversations, my friends. So let's check it out. Now, when I saw, here I put say, but it's saw, the past of see. When I saw Alexander leaving his house in the middle of the night, it didn't take me a long time, it didn't take me too long to put 2 and 2 together. So what is this? When I saw Alexander leaving the house in the middle of the night, seeing this, I immediately understood what was happening. Maybe he had a fight with his wife, something was wrong, you know. Here I would need to give you more information about the story, about the example. But here I want you to imagine the situation, okay? I am a neighbor, I'm Alexander's neighbor. And I know Alexander is having some problems with his wife, okay? They're always fighting. And then one beautiful night, I see Alexander leaving the house in the middle of the night. So I didn't need much time to put 2 and 2 together to understand the story, to put 2 and 2 together. They probably had another fight. Okay, so here the situation is obvious to you. All right, so here in this example, that's why I'm explaining the example. Actually, that's why I always explain the examples to you. I'm always giving you more details. I'm always creating a story, because that's how you understand. This could really happen in real life. Okay, I have this neighbor, he's always fighting with his wife, they're always having arguments. So one night I saw Alexander leaving his house in the middle of the night, so it didn't take me too long to put two and two together. They had another fight. Okay, another example. She didn't need to tell me she was pregnant. I just put two and two together. Okay, so she didn't need to come to me and say, "Hey Priscilla, I'm pregnant." I knew that. I figured it out. I put two and two together. How did I put two and two together? Maybe I observed her and I realized that she was, having some symptoms of pregnancy. Maybe she told me something that made me think about this possibility. So she didn't need to tell me she was pregnant. I put two and two together. Okay, I realized, I discovered this by myself based on very obvious information that I had access to. So she didn't need to come to me and say, "Hey, I'm pregnant," because based on the information that I already had available, I already knew she was pregnant. I just put two and two together. She didn't need to tell me. They were talking about having babies. They were trying. So she came to me looking all happy. I knew she was pregnant. I just put two and two together, obviously. So that's the idea of put two and two together. All right? Hey, are you enjoying? Make sure to hit the like button, because that way I know that you want to watch more videos like this one. And if you are enjoying this lesson about idioms, specifically about idioms connected to numbers, let me know by hitting the like button, because then next week, or in the next lessons, I can create more idioms. No, I'm not gonna create more idioms. Haha, hello Priscilla. I can create more videos about idioms with numbers, or in many other subjects. There are so many idioms. So if you want to learn more about idioms, make sure to smash that like button. And now, as usual, I have homework for you. I want you to come back here in the lesson, and in the comments, okay, support the channel by participating in the comments. I want you to tell me your favorite idiom, and maybe write an example with the idiom. You can create a short conversation. Mary and John, John and Mary, Peter and James, Alexander and Alice. Create a short conversation, and then use the idiom that you liked, your favorite idiom. And if possible, share this lesson with your friends. By sharing this lesson with your friends, you're helping the channel grow, but not just that. You are helping other people like you improve their English and have access to really good English lessons. That'll be all for tonight, my friends. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow for another lesson. Bye-bye.